starting a program we call Arm's Length, okay? And it's like, I may not be able to do things on a macro level for the planet, okay? But I can do things that are within my arm's length, okay? So instead of building too large a house, why don't I take that money, shrink it down, and put better products in it, or ones that are self-renewing? You and I were talking about bamboo flooring this morning.
Right.
You told me, what was that word about it regenerates?
It's got a 5 to 8 week life cycle. You can almost see bamboo grow with the visible eye if you put a yardstick next to it. It grows that fast.
Wow.
Which is why it's a great renewable resource, and it's a naturally sturdy, flexible, and versatile material for building with. And it renews itself very quickly. So.
Well, you know, I visited a good friend of mine in Hong Kong, and they would use that as scaffolding when they were building these huge, mega towers.
Yeah.
Bamboo, you don't see that here.
It's very hard, but it also has a certain amount of flexibility and give. So it's very versatile.
I think what we have to continue doing, only because I've been doing what I've been doing for 18 years in the environmental world, and watched that it has taken off to a certain degree. And I was talking to somebody that wanted to get into the industry, and she was asking me, well, how much of the population here in the United States understand green or environmental? I said, well, I think about 10%, and she says, I think about 2%. And whether she's right or I'm right, I'm in the field, she wants to get into the field, maybe she's not on top of it as I am, but here's what I'm looking at. We have had some companies, even though they were misguided, set a path for the true environmentalists to come in, let's say like Sharper Image with their ionizers, and now we know that...
You're not saying they're one of the ones that set the standard.
No. I'm just saying that they invested. They invested.
I don't want to argue with you.
But that massaging chair is fantastic.
Yes. The more people put out there that.
You mean like the Ionic Breeze?
Yes.
They put $40 million advertising in it.
Yes.
But people in the business knew that was
that it wasn't, and eventually it came up. It surfaced like the cream. It went to the top, and consumer.
Or other things that come to the top.
Yeah. And Consumer Reports said, no, this is not what you want. You want a HEPA.
But at least it's a start, because I speak for the average person. If people start seeing more of it, oh wow, well, maybe that's kind of expensive, but maybe I'll go to Home Depot and see if they have something like that. So at least it's the act of making aware to start.
Right. I think it's there, and this, unfortunately, because it happened in the way it did, it's not like somebody going around preaching and knocking on doors and saying, hi, I'd like to make your house environmentally safe. No, this was a fire, went, wah! Now you got ashes. What are you going to do now? I mean, it was like, holy cow, 2 days and I have ashes.
Back to Mindy's thing about would they pick something or do something in the middle based on their budget. In arm's length, it says, okay, first I'm going to start from a physical standpoint. What's within my reach financially and in my environment? And for instance, the bed you sleep in is pretty important. I don't have $200,000 maybe to redo my house, but I got a couple $1,000 to, every night where I sleep. And okay, we mentioned Mary Cordero's H3 Environmental is doing that, and there's this core thing. You can do something about that, and then move out from there. Okay, well, I'm gonna deal with carpet issues in my house. The budget's there for that. Okay, so at arm's length, it's moving out in circles.
Right.
Okay, and maybe I have diminishing effectiveness out there, but this I can do something about.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does make
100%.
sense.